2024 board meeting to order. This public meeting of the
Excuse me, you started the meeting in the back of the room. Thank you.
I'm
swag. In trouble now.
All right, buddy.
Now showing me up.
All right, this public meeting of the Philadelphia Board of Pensions and Retirement is being conducted in person in the board's conference room and the board offices on the 16th floor and 2. Pursuant to section 21-15 and 3 of the code, electronic recordings of this meeting will be made through Microsoft Teams conference technology and by an audio recording. The electronic recording will be made available to the public online on the board's website without charge within 10 days. Please note that you consent to such recording by attending, participating, or speaking at such meeting. The first order of business is a motion to adopt the rule of order that the board approve and use for its in-person public meetings that are electronically recorded. The purpose is to ensure that accurate and complete audio and audio-visual recordings of the meeting are heard to comply with the code's requirements. So item 1, a motion to adopt the procedures for today's meeting was made and properly seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none. Brian?
Approved.
Francois?
Approved.
Marcia? Approved. Paul?
Approved.
Andrea? Approved. Willie?
Approved.
Kara? Approved. And Carol.
Approved.
Motion carries unanimously. Item 2, motion to approve the meeting minutes from our September 26, 2024 meeting was made and properly seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll go to the roll. Brian? Francois?
Approved.
Marcia? Approved. Paul?
Approved.
Andrea? Approved. Willie?
Approved.
Kara? And Carol. Motion carries unanimously. Item 3, motion to consider and approve 129 pension applications and 50 withdrawal applications made and properly seconded. Any discussions? Hearing none. Brian? Francois?
Approved.
Marcia? Approved. Paul?
Approved.
Andrea? Approved. Willie?
Approved.
Carrie? Carol. Motion carries unanimously. Moves us into section 4, in case 4A. Motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for Lotus Gilbert was made and properly seconded. And discussion on 4A. Brian?
Abstain.
Francois?
Deny.
Marcia?
Deny.
Paul?
Abstain.
Andrea? Willie?
Abstain.
Kara? Carol.
Abstain.
Motion fails 0-3 with 5 abstentions noted. Case 4B, motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for William Glover was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 4B? Brian?
Abstain.
Francois?
Deny.
Marcia? Paul?
Abstain.
Andrea? Willie?
Abstain.
Tara? And Carol.
Abstain.
Motion fails 0-3 with 5 abstentions. Case 4C, a motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for Michelle Bernard Gerard was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 4C? Hearing none. Brian?
Abstain.
Francois?
Deny.
Marcia?
Deny.
Paul?
Abstain.
Andrea? Willie?
Abstain.
Carol? And Carol. The motion failed 0-3 with 5 abstentions. Case 4D, a motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for Ronald Gilbert was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 4D? Not. Brian? Francois?
Deny.
Marcia?
Deny.
Paul?
Approved.
Approved. Willie?
Approved.
Sarah? On 4D. Case 4D, Ron Gilbert. What is it? It's fine.
What's the vote so?
Brian, we have 4-2. Francois and Marcia and I. Carol? The motion carries 5-1 abstention. For E, a motion to approve the service connected disability benefits for Brian Isel was made and properly seconded. Any discussion? For E? None. Brian?
Approve.
Francois?
Denied.
Marcia?
Denied.
Paul? Andrea? Approved. Willie?
Approved.
Sarah?
Yeah.
Motion carries 5-2. Abstain.
Oh, okay.
Motion carries 5-2 with 1 exception. Case 4F. Motion to approve the service connected disability benefits for Professor Nieves was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 4F? Hearing none. Brian?
Approve.
Francois?
Denied.
Marshall?
Denied.
Paul? Andrea? Approved. Millie?
Approved.
Carol? And Carol.
Approve.
Motion carries 5-2 with 1 exception. Case 4G, a motion to approve the service connected disability benefits for Brett Peter was made and properly seconded. And a discussion on. None. Brian?
Approve.
Francois?
Approved.
Marcia?
Approved.
Paul?
Approved.
Andrea? Approved. Lily? Carol?
Approve.
And Carol. Motion carries unanimously. For H, a motion to approve the service connected disability benefits for Karen Smith was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 4H? None. Brian?
Approve.
Swa?
Denied.
Marcia?
Denied.
Paul?
Approved.
Andrea? Approved. Willie?
Approved.
Carol? Carol.
Approved.
Motion carries 5-2 with 1 extension. Case 4I. Motion to approve the service connected disability benefits for Robert Warner was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on case 4I? Hearing none. Brian?
Approve.
Francois?
Denied.
Marcia?
Denied.
Paul?
Approved.
Andrea? Approved. Willie?
Approved.
Karen? Carol?
Approved.
Motion carries 5-2, 1 abstention. Case 4J, a motion to approve the service connected disability benefits for Charles Bernard was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on case 4J? Brian?
Abstain.
Francois?
Denied.
Marcia?
Denied.
Paul?
Abstain.
Andrea? Willie?
Abstain.
Karen? And Carol.
Abstain.
The motion fails 0-3 with 5 abstentions. Case 4K, motion to approve the service connected disability benefits for Jane Henderson was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 4K? Brian?
Abstain.
Francois?
Denied.
Marcia?
Denied.
Paul?
Abstain.
Andrea? Willie?
Abstain.
Tara? And Carol. Motion fails 0-3 with 5 abstentions. Case 4L, a motion to approve the service connected disability benefits for Kevin Lang was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 4L? Brian?
Abstain.
Francois?
Denied.
Marcia?
Denied.
Paul?
Abstain.
Andrea? Billy?
Abstain.
Sarah? And Carol.
Abstain.
Motion fails 0-3 with 5 abstentions. Case 4M, the motion to approve the service connected disability benefits for Gary Baxter was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 4M? Hearing none. Brian?
I approve.
Francois?
Denied.
Marcia?
Denied.
Paul?
Approved.
Andrea? Approved. Willie?
Approved.
Sarah? Carol.
Approved.
Motion carries 5-2 with 1 abstention. 4N, the motion to approve the service connected disability benefits for Bennett Betty Kurian was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 4N? Good practice. Hearing none. Brian,
Abstain.
Francois,
Denied.
Marcia,
Denied.
Paul,
Abstain.
Andrea, Willie,
Abstain.
Kara, and Carol. Motion fails 0-3 with 5 abstentions. Case 4-0. Motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for James Brown was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on case? Hearing none. Brian, Francois,
Denied.
Marcia,
Denied.
Paul,
Approved.
Billy,
Approved.
Sarah, and Carol.
Approved.
Motion carries 5-2 with 1 abstention. Case 4P, motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for Emmett Carter was made and properly seconded. Any discussion? None. Brian,
Approved.
Francois,
Approved.
Marcia,
Approved.
Paul,
Approved.
Andrea, approved. Lily,
Approved.
Tara, and Carol.
Approved.
Motion carries unanimously. Case 4Q, the motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for Michael Collins was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 4Q? None. Brian,
Approved.
Francois,
Denied.
Marcia,
Denied.
Paul,
Approved.
Andrea, Willie,
Approved.
Tara, and Carol.
Approved.
The vote was 4-3 with 1 abstention. As chair, I'll vote to deny, and so the motion fails 4-4 with 1 abstention. For R, a motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for Anthony Peterson was made and properly seconded. After discussion on 4R. Hearing none. Brian,
Abstain.
Francois,
Denied.
Marcia,
Denied.
Paul,
Abstain.
Andrea, Willie,
Abstain.
Sarah,
Abstain.
and Carol.
Abstain.
Motion failed 0-3 with 5 abstentions. Case 4X. Motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for DuPont Pullman was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 4X? Brian,
Approved.
Francois,
Approved.
Marcia,
Approved.
Paul,
Approved.
Andrea, approved, Willie,
Approved.
Sarah, and Carol. Motion carries unanimously. Case 4T. Motion to approve the service-connected disability for Josephine Izzard was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 4T? Brian,
Abstain.
Francois,
Denied.
Marcia,
Denied.
Paul,
Abstain.
Andrea, Willie,
Abstain.
Tara, and Carol.
Okay.
The motion fails 0-3 with 5 abstentions. Case 4U. Motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for Mark Morandi was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 4U? Hearing none. Brian,
Abstain.
Francois,
Denied.
Marcia,
Denied.
Paul,
Abstain.
Andrea, Willie,
Abstain.
Tara, and Carol.
Abstain.
Motion fails 0-3 with 5 abstentions. Case 4B. Motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for William Richards was made and properly seconded. Any discussion is on 4B? Hearing none. Brian,
Approved.
Francois,
Denied.
Marcia,
Denied.
Paul,
Approved.
Andrea, approved, Willie,
Approved.
Sarah, and Carol.
Approved.
Motion carries 5-2 with 1 abstention. And case 4W, a motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for Joyce Smith was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 4W? Hearing none. Brian,
Approved.
Francois,
Denied.
Marcia,
Denied.
Paul,
Approved.
Andrea, approved, Willie,
Approved.
Sarah, and Carol.
Approved.
Motion carries 5-2 with 1 abstention. Section 5, case 5A, a motion to approve the application for service service-connected death benefits regarding J&J Bowman made and properly seconded. Any discussion on this case? Hearing none. Brian,
I approve.
Francois,
Approve.
Marcia, approved. Paul,
Approve.
Andrea, approved. Willie,
Approve.
Carol,
Approve.
Carol.
Approve.
Motion carries unanimously. Section 6, case 6A, a motion to approve the appeal to permit the purchase of pension credit for prior governmental service for Levon White. Made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 6A? Hearing none. Brian,
Deny.
Francois,
Deny.
Marcia,
Deny.
Paul,
Deny.
Andrea, Willie,
Deny.
Sarah, and Carol.
Deny.
Motion fails 0-H. Moves us into old business and case 7A. We'll move through the application for ordinary death benefits regarding the deceased, Sheriff Tomoko was properly funded. Any discussion on 7A? None. Brian, Francois,
Deny.
Marcia,
Deny.
Paul,
No.
Andrea, Willie,
I will stay.
Karen, and Carol.
Deny.
Motion fails 0-7 with 1 abstention. Case 7B, motion to approve the application for service-connected disability benefits for Ramona Sample was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 7B? Brian,
Approve.
Francois,
Approve.
Marcia,
Approve.
Paul,
Approve.
Andrea, Willie,
Approve.
Karen, Carol.
Approve.
Motion carries unanimously. Case 7C, motion to approve the appeal to calculate pension benefits under Plan B for William and Branch was made as properly seconded. Any discussion on 7C? Hearing none. Brian,
Deny.
Francois,
Deny.
Marcia,
Deny.
Paul,
Deny.
Andrea, Willie,
Deny.
Carol, and Carol.
Deny.
Motion fails 0-8. Case 7D. A motion to approve the application for service-connected disability benefits beyond the 1-year deadline for Karen Fowler was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 7D? Hearing none. Brian, Francois,
Approve.
Marcia, approved. Paul,
Approve.
Andrea, approved. Willie,
Approve.
Karen, and Carol. Motion carries unanimously. Case 7E. Motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for Shereen Morgan was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 7E? Hearing none. Brian,
I approve.
Francois,
Yeah.
Marcia,
Approve.
Paul,
Approve.
Andrea, approved. Willie,
Approve.
Karen, approved. Carol.
Approve.
Motion carries 7-1. And case 7F. Motion to approve the application for service-connected disability benefits for Enrique Sanchez was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 7F? Hearing none. Brian,
I approve.
Francois,
Deny.
Marcia,
Approve.
Paul,
Approve.
Andrea, approved. Willie,
Approve.
Eric, approved. Carol.
Approve.
Motion carried 7-1. That moves us into the business and the executive director.
Status.
Sure, my status, and I will be. Way to set that one up. I will be out on maternity leave, starting in January, so, Rob has, selected his first deputy, Catherine Lamb, to sit in for an alternate chair for the benefits and the top portion while I'm out for a couple months, so they're in good hands with Pat. I think many of you know and work with her already, but I wanted to do a proper introduction. So she's here for the next couple meetings. Thank you. Yes. What do you do? Mid-January. Thank you.
So everyone knows your section.
Yeah.
The annual audit, CLA was on site last week for 3 days, so that's continuing. So far, no issues, they're now coordinating with the figures out with finance folks, you know, pushing on the actuary, I think, you go back and forth with the actuary, you know, data, and, you know, filling with data, then collecting data, so it's between the data, that's the one I do. So then we anticipate that they will be in safety as usual in February. We already, doing it, so I'll let you know, but I plan on that being first February in this presentation. Trustee election, I'll just keep reminding you this, trustee election is right around this time next year, September, October next year. And the RFP is being worked on, that will go out for the provider for the election. Notify the state office requirement on anyone else. So we will give you a specific timeline, once we get it prior to the RFP, timeline for signatures, timeline for petitions, and all of that, so I will, you still have, almost very relevant to that. The medical provider RFP, we'll be issuing that again, and post pretty much at least a couple more providers. That is done at this point. We're coordinating posting that with the contract. The Josh's fiduciary training extravaganza, we know that was delayed, schedule. Josh will be sending out things in the near future. The just reminded me, later in the education, the board already approved this, but papers fall workshop is coming up on the 13th and 14th, so marriage credit. It seems like they did steal Josh's topic. They are planning an insightful conference on fiduciary responsibility, pension trustees, so it's already been approved. Billy Les Johnstone's. If anybody wants to go, it's already been approved by the board. I know Josh will be attending, so. This with him. And let Gina know. She's working on travel regularly to DCL, she'll let Gina know. You'll soon see a notice on our web page. If you go to the web page, some folks have received solicitations, and by folks I mean employees from third-party investment companies trying is sending a phone. I'll just read it. Greetings, to where they send it to. This is a friendly reminder that it's time for your annual CSRS, PSERS, or City of Philadelphia benefits review. And then they go on to talk about it. We've had this in the past where companies have sent out flyers, investment companies with the city colors on them, trying to pretend they're somehow associated with the city and the pension board. This is a similar attempt, I think, to get business. We have asked the law department in the past and currently to send out a cease and desist sort of letter. They are working on that now. Not that it's illegal for them to do this, but we'd like to try to persuade them from doing this. We don't want members to get the wrong idea that these folks are somehow associated with the pension board. So we're doing that. We're also going to put a banner onto that page saying if you receive an email or solicitation, any type of communication from a third party that they are not associated with the board of pension, contact us if you have any questions. So the mean is working on that. We also wanted to put some of the things. There's the NC First annual legislative conference is coming up. The city materials of the board packets. That has not been approved yet. So, traditionally, at least the public trust, there's a motion to that.
Or motion, please.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Yeah.
Motion is made and properly seconded regarding NC First. Hearing none. Brad. That's five. Marshall. Approved. Paul.
Approved.
Andrea. Approved. Willie.
Approved.
Tara. Thank you. Motion carries unanimously.
That in January 27th and 29th. I'd also like to point out, this is the first full meeting where Denise processing a lot of the information in 8 minutes. I swear, Denise, we also appreciate Elizabeth did let that in, and Rob was willing to allow. There's no administrative. Thank you. And, finally, last but not least, we found out that Dr. Howard will no longer be working for us. So we asked Cheryl, the risk manager, to come over and kind of brief the board on what's going on, the timeline, who the new doctor is.
Good morning, everybody. I am so happy to be here. When I walked over this morning, I was talking to Andrea and I told her, I miss this group. So you don't know, this is the best part of my job as risk counsel. And I told Andrea, I love this group. I love this group. And then I had conversations with Brian this morning. This group is always one that's willing to collaborate. And I appreciate that so much. So Brian and I are collaborating. You know something's happening.
That's right.
About being better. Yes, he needs to collaborate with me. Yes. So I'm here to talk to you about the medical director position. As you all know, Dr. Howard works closely with the pension board on the service-connected disability determination. Bless you. Early this year, Dr. Howard expressed her intention to move on to do some other things. And with that, we did an RFP. The RFP took place in May of this year. We had 4 responses. Of those 4 responses, we selected Dr. Frances Burke as the new medical director for the Employee Disability Program. Dr. Burke has 41 years of experience in occupational medicine. 20 of those years he spent with emergency medicine, and that is his specialty. So he's seen a wide variety of injuries. Dr. Burke will start November the 1st, but Dr. Howard has agreed to stay on to train Dr. Burke for as long as it takes to get him up to speed with the pension reviews. We do not expect any change to the process or any delays. We know we've had some difficulty getting the pension reviews to the pension board quickly. We've worked out all of those problems, and we've got the process tightened down to about 45 days from the time we get a request to the time the doctor reviews it and to get it over here to pension. So that is our expectation with Dr. Burke. He's indicated that he can cut those days down more because he'll be devoting a lot more time to the program. So that is our expectation, that you'll get the same level of expertise that you have from Dr. Howard, and that we'll be able to give you a quick turnaround on the pension applications. I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have.
I do have one. I don't believe we ever met. The FOP wants to know whether you said she chose to move forward. They want to know whether she was asked to leave, move on, or was she fired, or just she resigned.
She resigned. She is a proud grandmother, and she said she'd like to spend more time with her grandchildren and that she had other interests. She was also a professor at the University of Pennsylvania, and so she has other interests. So no, she was not asked to leave. She wants to spend time with her grandchildren.
Thank you.
Carolyn, you may remember, Barry was gracious enough to bring Dr. Howard here to the board when she came on to meet the trustees, have discussion, answer any questions. We do arrange that with Dr. Burke.
Oh, absolutely. I would love to come back over here with Dr. Burke. Yes, I get to come again. Yes. We'll do that.
That's on December 12th.
Sounds good.
That would get Dr. Burke.
Absolutely. Happy to do that. Any more questions? Everybody knows my
Was he
number.
ever now referring doctors?
He was on the panel, the Reg 32 workers' compensation panel.
Okay. That's like, I'm considering my authority. So he's kind of familiar with the system.
He is familiar, but yeah, he had to give up that position because you can't have both positions.
Conflict of interest. And we can actually set up a meeting for our team to meet Dr. Dirk as well.
Perfect. Yeah, anybody who wants to meet, we're happy to set those up for you,
All right.
but I want to come to this meeting. Anything else? Thanks, everybody. Great seeing you.
Any other new business before?
Your friend, I asked you about that, did you even notice about the Korean conference?
We did not, and I will tell you, when I looked at the records, I think that just occurred, right, in August?
No. So, no, it's two of them, one in July, one in January. But I just emailed you, because I think she sent it out back in September. But it was like a general one. I don't even know if she sent it to Elizabeth at the time. But it's in January, but I just sent it to
Do you have,
January.
do you have a motion for that?
Yeah, I would like to make a motion to the trustees in Key West, and it deals basically for public sector employees for everybody. It's a great conference. It's by invitation only, so the small conference is not real big like in Seafood, like that kind of thing. And it's January the 21st to the 24th.
It's the organization.
Korea.
Oh,
That's a motion.
second. Motion was made and properly seconded regarding Korea conference coming up. Any discussion? None. Brian? And Swat? Marsha? Approved. Paul? Approved. Willie?
Approved.
Kara? And Kara. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. And that brings us to the litigation summary. Any items of note for the law?
No, we're seeing some more cases from, I think, the backlog that we had. We're talking about, 8 cases now. In CCP, they wax and wane.
Motion to adjourn is made and properly seconded, and we'll move into the third.
Morning, Jackie. Board meeting, Brad. Good.
Thank you for
Scott, sorry. Sorry, Chris.
I'm taking a 5-minute break. I was like, I'm still back.
Okay.
Thanks.
Times.
We'll come back to you for the third item of approval of our minutes from the September meeting, with a motion to present to me on the second and discussion and hearing none. Ryan, Francois,
Approved.
Marcia,
I have that same.
okay. Paul,
Approved.
Really, Tara. Motion carries 7-0 and one extension noted and access into the hand update and activity report.
That's before being moving on with just a couple of quick announcements. We'll review the mutual fund performance for the third quarter at the December 12th meeting. Also at the January meeting, staff would like to revisit the discussion around the collective investment trust. We have an updated opinion from the law department, which we'll go through. We'll probably have a couple of questions about it. You might recall the collective investment trusts are alternatives to mutual funds that are becoming more popular and more used in the marketplace. They're generally cheaper. They have about 20% or so market penetration at this point. And I think the more prevalent they become, becomes more incumbent on us as a village and staff to discuss whether or not they're appropriate for this. So we are planning to bring that to the table and check.
So right now, they're not inclusive in the plan.
We're not using.
Thanks. Good morning, everyone.
Good
Good morning. Just wanted to highlight for September, we've updated the format of the deferred compensation and 401A report. It looks pretty comprehensive. It's more visually designed, and we want to thank our board trustee Brian Coughlin for requesting percentage penetration. So it's all there. But if you see any gaps or anything, please let us know. So the asset balance at the end of September was $2,061,283,803. That is 1.2% increase above the month of August. Participants in the deferred compensation plan that have an account balance is 26,182. That's 29 more than the month of August. Contributing participants is 20,042. We just saw a slight increase there by one, but it remains quite strong in terms of participants actively contributing. New enrollments continue to rise. There was 211 new enrollments in September. Year to date, we are now at 1,678, which is 18% above last year. I just want to thank the board trustees for your support. We could not achieve this without our team having access to the departments and to the multiple, scheduled rotations. The 401A plan, the asset balance at the end of September is $4,871,193. That's 3.8% increase above the month of August. There are 1,486 participants in the 401A plan. Just one increase from the previous month. We broke down the two entities, Parking Authority and Housing Development. You'll see that the total participants in the Parking Authority is 649. We received 7 new enrollments in September, and the Housing Development Corporation is 46 participants. It remains steady with 0 enrollments in September. On the right side, you see all the different benefits and activity, starting with the ROC balance, $80,988,315, $7,985. You'll see that we show you the data metrics of previous month, and month-to-month change from August to September is 134, and the penetration of ROC utilization, which is the after-tax contribution, is at 30%. And we also break it down by age group, and you'll see the graph chart, and it's actually being utilized by the majority of the folks, which is 30 to 39, as the strongest participation. When you look at the percentage contributions, there's 2,489. That's 41 more than the month of August, and the participation rate for the percentage is at 12%. Please note that the website we ran the percentage campaign through the month of September. In October, the campaign is now the National Retirement Security Month, which is going on right now, but that campaign will go back up again after October. Number of calls, 3,189 phone calls. That is 110 less than the previous month. When we look at call volumes, it is going down. Year to date, it's 8% down. What that shows is more and more of the participants are going on the web and accessing all the benefits that we have, and they're engaging to make all the changes, online distributions, etc. Online account, these are 20,650 participants have set an online account. That's 79% of those participants set an account. Lastly, I just want to share with you that a beneficiary campaign was requested by all the board trustees. And in the month of October, we launched a beneficiary campaign, sending out emails to every single individual that had, an email account with us. We did a secondary outreach to those that did not open their emails and sent out another email just yesterday to everyone. There were 16,000 yesterday. That were emails that were sent out to folks that have an online and a beneficiary, but just to remind them to update the beneficiary. But then there's folks that have an email but have no beneficiary. So we did send out communication to them. It's a different type of communication to encourage them to set up their beneficiary, in their accounts. And then lastly, there are folks that don't want emails. So we sent out a postcard individually to those individuals to encourage them to set up a beneficiary. And lastly, in addition to all these multiple tactics to remind folks to update the beneficiary or have a beneficiary on record, in the fourth quarter statements, every single individual will receive a messaging in their statement to update the beneficiary.
Yeah, how many employees would you say do not have a beneficiary?
The ones that we were able
Okay.
to identify is 7,914 that don't have an email or a beneficiary. And then there's about 1,719 folks that just have zero, like no beneficiaries. So
Oh,
that's
okay.
about 6%, I believe.
Oh,
6%. So we're encouraging
Uh-huh.
those, especially those that don't have a beneficiary.
Mhm.
We're gonna do another outreach continuously just to remind those folks to set up a beneficiary on the record.
Okay.
Questions?
Do all the your open enrollment as part of your package? Right.
Every time you get.
These are the deferred health
Absolutely.
beneficiaries.
Yeah,
Correct.
yes,
There's
yeah,
all separate.
yes.
Update.
We- I remember we had it at the same time. Remember when we take the.
Right.
So decided for the time, you make the announcement as well as myself. And I tell them how important it is to walk out there like Papa.
Yeah, but during open enrollment, things change from open, from when you first started, sure. 5 years back, and we see on the pension side, people who don't update things and go to mother, father, as opposed to wife, children. So,
It's like that. Thank you for the report. That was a report. Talking happened that the younger generation think they're still young and they got time. So
right,
you tell them about it and then they know. So I think the reminder is very good.
yes, I agree.
We'll continue to monitor this. Brad and I will continue throughout next year as well to engage and run these campaigns because it's so critical. Thank you. Brad?
Thanks, Peter. Good morning, everyone. The local, for the month of September, the local office conducted 209 individual one-on-one consultations, resulting in 128 enrollments from the consultation and group events and workshops. 13 consultations were conducted using the My Interactive Retirement Planning tool. The month of September, we conducted 33 group event and webinar workshops. Total attendees were 934 for the month, a very good month of September. And I just want to take a quick moment and thank Willie and Ron and Roosevelt up at the FOP for a wonderful retirement seminar that we did on October 2nd. We had over 300 people attend. We've gotten a lot of not only positive feedback, but a lot of follow-up one-on-one conversations with the local team from that session. But thank you to the powers that be at the FOP.
Thank you.
We have questions for Nation tonight? Hearing none, a motion to adjourn or to call this meeting properly seconded and be able to continue the next meeting.
Morning, everyone. Morning. First, is approval of minutes. Your motion? Please.
Second. You have to go to work, so you keep us alive. You gotta go around and take like Jackie, see? She keep us alive.
I'm not gonna do it well, she is.
Yeah, you be on point.
You fix her every time. Brian? Benoit? Marcia?
Abstain.
Paul? Willie? Christine? And Carol? And Tara.
See, you gotta skip it.
I'll bring him to you.
That's right.
Carries. It's not changeable. All right, that's the work review.
Go through the numbers and a couple of things on the market. Several of you about a couple of the managers already. We don't have actionable concerns. Marquette needs some comments about them. But for the month, positive month for the fund, about 1.5% net fees ahead of the policy benchmark by 2 basis points. Also tracking well on quarter to date, year to date, and fiscal year to date. We'll also continue to see, the longer term numbers look good, and the spreads continuing to tighten as we go further back. We did send out the estimates yesterday through the 22nd. Plan was down about 60 basis points, which is protecting some capital. The policy benchmark was down about 80. Next week, we'll send out the estimates on Friday, which goes to Wednesday, so it's like 31 feet. So we after the full month of October. Just in terms of market notes briefly, some of the things that we're tracking closely, there's been some increased stock market volatility this week. A couple of down days, to start the week. Some thoughts around that, people may be repositioning some of their market holdings in anticipation of the upcoming election. We have seen the dollar starting to strengthen rather significantly, which would indicate there's some concern about one of the candidates in particular wanting a stronger tariff policy that would explain stronger dollar. Inflation continues to be a concern. It has moderated, but the Fed put out a report yesterday. It's noting that some consumers are really starting to trade down to cheaper purchases. There's an interesting article in the Wall Street Journal, 25 and finished, but it's talking about the psychological and long-term impact of the higher prices on it, but still not adjusted as that, even if they're being used to levels. So that may be something continuing to keep an eye on. still a lot, going on geopolitically, whether it's, Ukraine, Middle East, even, drills by the Chinese around Taiwan are becoming more pronounced. And we're also seeing, interest rates have ticked back up from their lows to 10-year at its highest level in about 3 months yesterday. So there was an initial response, positive response to the rate cut. But now we've seen rates go back up at 4.24 yesterday. And then lastly, we're just seeing some mixed signals in the employment in the market, still strikes, big strikes at Boeing. Anticipation that, port strike, that's only on hold, I think, till January, if I recall. But we did see the employment claims edge down yesterday slightly. So still kind of a mixed bag on the employment side. But in terms of the managers, Dave, quickly we'll talk about particularly small practitioners who are struggling there. Very much.
Yeah, I would say that there's somewhat of a common theme about surrounding the manager with detractors. But and given everything that Chris just mentioned around the market now and the volatility rates going up, those managers that underperformed in September, we would expect them to be holding up pretty well this month, just given everything that's going on in the market.
Have we seen increase or they had increase?
Yes, preliminarily, we would say yes. So one of the key contributors to the underperformance was the interest rate cut. So the interest rate cut happened in September, and as a result of that, we saw higher momentum trades. And your managers that had less geared towards quality or pricing or reasonable pricing, those are the ones that essentially rallied. So the managers that did detract in our portfolio in an environment where we're seeing more down volatility like this one, in comparison to September, they would be holding up better, basically. So it's a very explainable reason. To Chris's point, that's why we consider this to be actionable from a or from a consultant standpoint.
It answers just a lot. Why wouldn't that be factored in that? It's that type of investment. They have a bad month, probably. Why are they performing worse than you?
So managers will make more of a concentrated bet relative to the index. The index is going to be more spread out. So ultimately, you're looking at less of an impact, right? One stock would have more of a disproportionate impact on a concentrated active portfolio than the index, which one of, a couple of dozen.
We can illustrate that specifically for calendar year returns. In 2022, we saw a mass sell-off across all indices. Ernest and Fiera in particular offered a significant amount of downside protection because they tend to hold more attractive valuations and higher quality names. So we can observe this historically and in the present time.
Yeah, so this would be the source of the usage memo. It's a quick recap. When I go to the proposal to receive, we'll work with staff with respect to the rebalancing of those proceeds relative to the blue targets. In addition to that, we had the asset allocation frame, basically this time last year. The asset allocation called for an increase in fixed income. But as we've seen, fixed income has gone through a tremendous amount of volatility. So our goal was really to pace into the fixed income allocation. So presently, this memo really summed up, where we're at with respect to the contributions. We would be recommending 100 million to get redeployed fixed income. We would look to do that both within the month of October as well as the midpoint of November. Again, just phasing in and minimizing any potential volatility. When we think about fixed income long term, we expect the volatility that we've seen to abate to a pretty significant degree. And ultimately, when we think about the portfolio, the asset allocation, the role of fixed income is to be that ballast for us. Interest rates have essentially begun to normalize. When we say begun to normalize, it's anyone's guess when the Fed will essentially say, look, this is it. But the expectation is for a few more rate cuts between now and say, well, one or two more rate cuts between now and the end of the year. And then really in 2025.
It's already built into it.
Correct. That is correct. So we feel that now is a prudent time to continue to reallocate to fixed income. And within the memo, we have 20 million being contributed to all of the fixed income managers within the roster. That would leave an additional 170 million that would come back to the table and discuss with you based on market movements and just the base timing rebalancing. And with the phase timing, this is going all according to the relatively flexible timeline that we had. When the asset allocation was approved back in 2023, we were looking at going all the way through potentially the end of 2025 in terms of the rebalancing into fixed income. So that just gives us a sense of how to deliver released this evening.
Yeah, so this recommendation for the 100 million, provided anyone is just consistent with what we basically
Right.
And the answer,
I'm sorry.
yeah, so, and that was before it's volatile election, so we think we should wait to it, the election before we make the adjustment to fix it up, or you don't think before we change the market or.
First question.
So, that was an excellent question. I would say that this election,
It's a low ball election.
yeah, that's what history will look like. But no, Harold, that's an excellent question. We would say that irrespective of where the country goes on election day, when we think about fixed income, the valuations of fixed income, and the pretty extreme returns we saw on the downside in 2022, we would say that's significantly behind us. And irrespective of who was elected in, the trajectory of rates is downwards, and that would point to less noise and volatility in the fixed income market. The other thing that we've not
even if whoever the next president is takes inflationary steps that tend to increase inflation, and interest rates will still keep going down.
So the challenge there will be whether it's a sweep or whether the government's divided, because economic policy will still be determined by who truly has the balance of power. Even though the presidential election was a very, very contentious one, lower down the ballot, things appear to be a little bit more balanced. So right now, I know there's a very clear direction in terms of the vision that each candidate's vision for the country. The execution of that, I don't know if it'll be as straightforward as what's being explained in the campaign trail. And that does go back to when we think about the markets right now, the markets, particularly the equity markets, they're up with another 20% change. There's been a lot of volatility, but they're still up. So having a portion of the portfolio that can cushion whatever downside, which is inevitable, at some point, that's where fixed income would make a lot of sense. Even though rates are coming down, fixed income is still yielding a little bit. So it's not like we're trading into an asset class that will be yielding zero. But from a volatility standpoint, we would expect more volatility from the equity market, particularly as policies are rolled out. Chris was just talking about strikes, machinists, for example, they're on strike right now. These are all things that could cause more volatility in the equity market. So being balanced a little bit more with fixed income, we think that makes sense. So looking at it as tough as it is, moving some of the noise on the election, thinking about the market goes up, the market goes down in terms of the equity market, fixing it would be a really good diversifier for us, and just adding to extra machine development. So that's the lens we're looking at. But I wish I had a crystal ball to see what's going to happen on November 5th, because that will, the market will react a certain way, depending on who comes in. But fixed income, again, irrespective, the trajectory is what it takes to come downwards. Is to have something else in the portfolio that does put the volatility of the equity market. And even though rates are coming down, fixed income is yielding once again. So all of those things are pretty strong positives and quality for continuing to return.
The longest and most intelligent.
I didn't know.
Because quick, you know, I like the short and sweet. I'm like, this is going on. I'm not gonna draw, but
Well, if you like,
the short version is what? Yes or
short
no?
and sweet, the lines are going down. This is what the marketing studies have happened. It's more efficient.
I thought the short version was quicker, which yeah.
That's good background on fixed income versus equity. All right, Chris, what's our cash flow?
Last crystal I looked, a couple days ago, it was around 8%.
So fixed income's not, hitting that much, right? So would Carol's point make sense? Like, it doesn't have to be a choice between fixed income and equity, right? Maybe waiting to see things settle down and continue to collect that 4.8% might not be a bad idea.
So I
Does
think,
that, does that make sense or no?
no, I would say that that's an option on the table. However, when we look at the fixed income managers, we have exposure to Core Plus. And it's that Core Plus element that we think is helpful as we think about the overall long-term return. And Core Plus would deliver more than what cash is.
I get long term. No, I get long term. I was
Right.
going back to Carol's question. Would it make sense to wait until things now settles a little bit, see Congress looks like, what the White House looks like, and then allocate that. And in the interim, collect 4.8. Does that make anything? Not long term, it's only short term.
Sure. I mean, I would say that we still have.
Without your crystal ball.
No, but this is the challenge. So we still would have, it's 100 million, so we have 270 million. We still have that 170 million in cash. And that's where, the emotional aspect would be like, yeah, let's do it. Let's just go into cash. It's safer. But the flip side of that is right now, there's volatility in the fixed income market. We're actually buying a discount. So that's what we're also balancing that against.
I'm not saying going in cash, we're already.
Yes, exactly.
What is
Sorry.
sitting in cash?
Sorry, so we would, any fixed income we're buying right now is still at a pretty good discount. And I think that in itself is pretty appealing. And then the remaining 170 million, that would be in cash, that still satisfies having a very liquid portion of the portfolio that's living around 4%, right now.
Answer your question, Carol.
Yeah, but I'm on the wall, no defense of Frank. So, like, not sure that's not. Or me, not me, but I'm sure. I understand what you're saying, so we only looking at a million basis, right?
50 million
50
for the
million.
election.
Yes, 50 million. Yeah, the 50 million, this month, 50 million in November. So, we could in fact, put on the table to pause on the other 50 million. If things changed in November, but right now 50 million, buying at a discount at an asset class, we know for fixed income will hold up well in the long term with long-term incentives, having a strategy of discount would make sense now. And we can always, subject to confirming with staff and looking at where things are, post election, decide to table the November 15th rebalancing.
Yeah, maybe what we should do, if we don't have it November.
Right.
Maybe after the election goes forward, we can send something out. Say we've done 15, You're thinking about the next 50. Yeah.
And that would put on pause to like December meeting, right? The like,
But we could get something at the board, to see what they were planning before November 15th. And they would tell us whether anything, some other thing that we should hold off or we should look ahead.
Okay.
And then we can get back to them.
so go ahead with the first, with the, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And we do have a significant amount of cash irrespective. As of this morning, we have almost $535 million in cash. It's a significant cash position. We do have to pay out that, obviously, at the end of speed, which will bring it down. But that is still, a large cash cushion irrespective of, what action, what action the board takes.
The benefits we can go out to mid-December,
Yes, we'll have the end of October, end of November,
December 18th.
mid-December. That would be after.
Okay. And we don't need a motion for that? Okay.
Just a couple of things, in addition to the staff report, just confirming the two RFPs are up to reissue, private markets. Consultant RFPs and we refresh the review passive. That's the index that your reports are both up and scheduled to close in December. Also at the December meeting, we'll have the custody bank recommendation report. Of equity. Terms are the report, security lending for the month, almost $145,000, 1.16 million for the year, and George is starting the program. Upward trajectory for diverse and local aid land, 62.7 on a combined basis. First managers broken out, rank category 54.79 and local surrounding candidates was under 10%. Yeah. And subject to market fluctuations, all the fixed income managers are diversity. So that actually will also provide at least a slight uptick. All of the things remain constant. And the upcoming board meetings are going to be here, December 12th, January 23rd, next year, and February 27th.
So Rob, this is the, look at change to January 23rd. This will be right in the midst of it.
Sorry.
Can we look at, changing the January 23rd meeting?
Sure.
Because you wasn't here, so it was a motion for the 28 conference from the 23rd to the 24th.
Got it. Okay. So we should do it later.
We went to the prior week, that would be
So go to 30th, following Thursday.
that's the 16th would be to the actual December, yeah.
Keep on Thursday, yeah. Sound good?
But if
Officials, I wanted to take a moment to remember Lou Riley, a long-term member, 36 years of age and contribution to this fund. He was the board room after him. I'll take a moment.
We did after it's time for John show up on and help others.
Right up to the next meeting.
A little.
Good at it. Carolina.
So we named the board at the moment.
We had.
Oh, yeah.
We already had.
Oh, I know. So in honor of Boone, y'all don't know Boone. Boone was the first person that ever taught me that beer had expiration date. And I don't drink, but we was out socializing and he got a beer and he said to the bartender, "This is stale." Everybody looked at her, stale. The bartender, "What do you mean it's stale?" He said, "It expired." And he turned it, "It expired." And we all like, and sure enough, his Budweiser had expiration date on it. So, and we was at we wasn't, we was at, a nice Danbar Blue. So it was a nice place. So it wasn't like a fleeting place. And we were just all crazy, cracking up. So in honor of Moon, I just want to say, "Whoa!" 'Cause that's what he would say. That's what he would say. When he ride, that's how he do it. He like, well, you know, like.
Any other new business? Old business? Who probably see the week.
Oh, sorry, Rob. I just want to thank everybody for the love, the cards, words of expression for the loss of my sister. It was so greatly appreciated. Y'all was gonna know that I was having down moments and then somebody would call, but this thank you. The flower was beautiful. And I just want to thank everybody. I want to thank my board members for being pallbearers for everything. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Thank you.
So the full board into session, is there a motion to approve? Yeah. All right, then we're adjourned. Thank you all. Yes.
Yeah, you should talk to, Carol. Yeah.